It's now my pleasure to have Ambassador Wayne Gretzky come and join me, the
Thank
great
you.
one, number 99.
Thank you very much.
When you've always been a bit of a historian of the game,
Yeah.
when you think of the game, what's the earliest memory that you have?
Oh, probably 1965. I was probably 4 years old, and I became a Gordie Howe fan the first time I saw him play on Hockey Night in Canada. And that year, to this day, was the greatest Christmas gift I could ever get. And that was a number 9 Gordie Howe Detroit Red Wing jersey. And I think back at all the years of Christmas time, that was still the most precious gift that I ever got. So I started watching hockey at a young age. Saturday nights, 8 o'clock. If Detroit was playing, I got to watch the whole game. If it was anybody else, I had to go to bed after the second period. So in those days, I think they came in about 7 times. So that was probably my first memories of the National Hockey League.
And when you think back on your playing days, what memory just pops into your head? Because there must be countless moments.
Yeah. It's easy. The first time you lift the Stanley Cup. The greatest part, there's so many good things about the game of hockey, but one of the greatest things about our sport is our history and our tradition. And without question, the Stanley Cup is probably the greatest trophy in all of sports. If you get your name, if you're lucky enough to get your name on that Stanley Cup, that's what's so unique. And it's so difficult to win a Stanley Cup. And as you see today, the parity with these 30 teams, it's really difficult. So when you ultimately get to lift it, it's really worth it.
Is it more special or less special, the second or third?
More special, I think, because you know and realize how hard you have to work to get the cup. Brian Trottier one time told me after he won the Stanley Cup, I think the 3rd time, he said to me, you know, Wayne, it's the greatest feeling in the world. I wish every hockey player could experience it one time. But he said, but that's what makes it so special. Not everybody's going to get that chance. So when you win it, you become so selfish, you want to keep it.
So when you were 4 years old and you focused on Gordie Howe, when was it that you started focusing on the Stanley Cup?
Probably around 8, 9, 10, when I started playing hockey on teams. You go to tournaments and people would talk about the Stanley Cup. We all, in the backyards and on ponds, we all dream that we scored the game-winning goal, Game 7, won the Stanley Cup. So at that very young age, in Edmonton, even in the 79, 80, 81 seasons, we put pictures of Beliveau and Bobby Orr and Hull and Howe holding the Stanley Cup. We had those pictures in our locker room so everybody could see it each and every day, that one day we wanted to be that guy in that picture.
When you watch the game now and you see the incredible young stars and the speed and the skill, do you ever think about what it would be like for you playing now?
No, I don't think that way. Although the other night I was thinking, gosh, I could maybe play with that Matthews and Connor McDavid. They're pretty good. I know where to go, put it that way. These players today, more importantly, they're so big and strong and fast. The coaching and the teaching at a younger age is so much more advanced than when we play. These guys are special elite athletes. And you know, sports gets better every 20 years. Our game is better today than it was 20 years ago. And in 20 years from now, it's going to be better than today. But these kids, I'm most proud of the fact that they carry themselves with a great deal of class and dignity. Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, Crosby, they're really nice people. And that gets passed down from guys like Gordie Howe and Beliveau and Bobby Orr. And it's a great tradition. It's a great tradition in our sport that the hockey guys are nice guys.
Talk about the culture of a hockey team and the importance of family and why hockey players tend to be the most approachable and are so involved in the community.
I think upbringing, you know, first of all, families around them when they're younger, they're taught etiquette at a young age. What makes a hockey team so special and so unique is that you got to be selfish for 9 months. And by that I mean your focus has to be for your team, your teammate, and for your town. That's what you have to concentrate on for 8.5, 9 months. And you got to become very selfish. And I hate to say it, but that's true. And the people around you, your mom and dad, your friends, your wife, your kids, they have to understand that your commitment is to the guys in the locker room, and those are the teams that are successful.
When you think about 100 years of NHL hockey, how do you view the celebration? What are you looking forward to?
Well, first of all, as you said earlier, I'm a huge historian of the game. I used to go down to the Hockey Hall of Fame when it was at Exhibition Stadium and just stare at pictures and uniforms and trophies. Then when we moved into the new Hall of Fame, I'll put a hat on, a pair of glasses, and walk through, and nobody even knows I'm in there. So I love the game. It's everything I have in my life is because of the National Hockey League. And this is a great year. This is a great celebration for not only the teams, but the individual players. You know, the All-Star Game in LA is going to be a fun event with the top 100 players of all time. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to the outdoor game in Winnipeg in October. I'm just honored and thrilled to be part of this whole 100-year anniversary. It's a great honor for me.
We're thrilled and honored to have you, and everybody's giving me the cut sign, which means we have to take questions from the media. So let's do it.